Hi, welcome back to Introduction to Algebra 1 Percentages. So a percentage is a rate, number, or amount in relation to a value. We can turn fractions and decimals into percentages. When given a decimal, move the decimal point 2 places to the right and then add a percentage sign. When given a fraction, divide the numerator by the denominator or the top by the bottom to convert to a decimal. Then simply convert the decimal into a percentage. Okay, let's go ahead and go over some example problems. So we have find the percentage, and we have 0.22. So here we're clearly given a decimal, and whenever we're given a decimal, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So if we take 0.22, we're going to move it 2 places to the right. So 1, 2. And that comes out to 22.0%, or really just 22%. I put 0.0 so you can better visualize how you're moving the decimal 2 places to the right. But it's that simple. So let's try another one. We have 1.35, and let's turn this into a percentage. So like all decimals, we go ahead and we simply move our decimal place 2 places to the right. So 1, 2. And that gives us 135%. And when it comes to converting a decimal to a percentage, there's no tricks or anything. You're just constantly moving it 2 places to the right of the decimal you're given. Okay, another way that many times you'll be asked to find a percentage is when you're given a fraction. So whenever we're given a fraction, we want to take our numerator and divide it by our denominator and get a decimal. Or the top, which is 79, divided by 100. Now, if you ever get confused what a numerator or denominator is, I was often taught as numerator obviously goes on top, and then denom goes on bottom. You could remember it as Notre Dame, N over D. So that's how I was taught it. Could be a quick trick to remember it. All right, so since we're doing our numerator divided by our denominator, we are going to do 79 divided by 100. So if we do 79 divided by 100, that gives us 0.79. Awesome, we found our decimal. Now let's go ahead and convert that by moving it 2 spaces to the right to find our percentage. 1, 2, and that gives us 79%. All right, let's do one more. Here we have 35 over 49. So we're going to do 35 divided by 49. And that gives us 0.71. Now every decimal, every time, move the decimal place 2 places to the right. We get 71%. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. I encourage you to pause the video and try these problems yourself. Okay, I hope you found success doing these problems. Let's get right into it. So here we have 0.005. So, like all decimal problems, we go ahead and we take our decimal and we move it 2 places to the right. 1, 2. And that gives us 0.5%. All right, here we have 1.4. So what we want to do is we're going to move that 2 places to the right. So when we look at this, we can really think it's 1.4, which is also equal to 1.40. You can always add a 0 after it. So let's go ahead and move it 2 places to the right. 1, 2. And that gives us 140%. Awesome. Now let's move into these fraction problems. So here we have 25 over 40. We want to do our numerator divided by our denominator. So 25 divided by 40. I encourage you to use a calculator for these types of problems. Makes it a little bit easier. Here, this rounds to 63%. Or, excuse me, 0.63. That's our decimal. And now we're going to go ahead and move that 2 places to the right. 1, 2. And That gives us 63%. All right, and our last question, 3 over 11. Numerator divided by denominator. 3 divided by 11 gives us equals 0.27. Move it 2 spots to the right, and we get 27%. All right, I hope this made sense, and I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.